So if you see any like white or gray in my hair, it's because I sprayed in some dry shampoo and I haven't totally blended it out yet. So it's still just in there. Hey everyone, it's Ziya. Welcome back to my channel. So this is my lazy ass makeup routine, which happens almost as often as my eyeliner coming out perfectly. Almost never. For some people it might be a lot. For me, this is what I do on days where I feel like kind of doing makeup, but at the same time I don't want to do a lot of makeup, but I still want to look like more presentable than just slapping my eyebrows on and putting mascara on my face. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. I've already primed my face using my Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner. Super cheap, I think it was like $3. So now that my face is primed and ready to go, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. This is a little light for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still really happy with it. Plus, once I go in with bronzer and everything, it looks good. It's your face, do what you want. It's pretty light right now, but once it oxidizes and everything, it looks a lot better. And I just cleaned my makeup sponge yesterday. I love it. It's so nice when you have a clean... I keep on wanting to say beauty blender, but this isn't a beauty blender. Like, it looks exactly like a beauty blender, but it is not. Actually, I'll leave a link to it in the description box because it is really, really good. And even though I haven't used the actual beauty blender, I've felt it like at Sephora. I've squeezed it and everything, and it feels exactly the same. And it comes in a pack of 4, and I think it was like $10. I look really scary right now because compared to this, my eyes look extremely dark. Let's just put a little bit on there. A little bit. Okay. Still looks dark, but at least it doesn't look as crazy. And even when I'm feeling lazy as fuck, I'm still gonna go in with a second layer because I want full coverage. The main thing for me when I'm doing my makeup, especially when it's a lazy makeup, is to make sure my skin looks as flawless as possible. Because I feel like that's the most important part, aside from eyebrows. Okay, so my skin looks way too light, like completely different. But once I'm done here, it's going to look a lot better. So now I'm going to go in with concealer, and for this I'm going to use my Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the shade Ivory. And I'm going to blend this in. Now that that is blended out, I'm just going to take my Airspun Loose Translucent Face Powder that, I can't show you on screen now because I already fucking opened it because I'm a genius. Regardless, it is the Airspun Loose Translucent Powder, and usually I use a sponge, but when I'm in a rush, I just go in with a brush because I feel like it lays more product on. It's not as perfect, but it's what I do. And putting some on my nose like I usually would. Now I'm going to move on to my brows, and I showed you guys in my brow routine how I usually do my brows, which is with the NYX Cake Powder. However, when I'm in a rush, I just go in with a pencil, and today I'm going to be using the ColourPop Brow Pencil in the shade, I think this is Black and Brown. And then I kind of measure out where it needs to be. I go from this part of my nose, because my nose is like kind of wide, and just mark that. Tiniest little mark. The same thing through my pupil, right up there, that got messy, and the end of my nostril down to there. So you can kind of see the outline of where I want my brows. And then I just start filling them in. And that's literally how I do my eyebrows when I'm in a rush. Now that my brows are done and extremely bold because I have no self-control, I go on to my eyes. And my eye routine for when I am in a rush is extremely simple. Basically what I do is take any like light brown shade. So here I have the B by Bubs Beauty eyeshadow palette from BH Cosmetics that she collaborated with them on. And I'm going to take the color Optimistic, which is just this really light brown. And I just start brushing it into my crease. Basically just into my crease. If it gets anywhere else, I'll just blend it. I just do this to both sides, obviously. Unless, you know, you like to put different colors on each eye, then you do you, boo-boo. Just adds the slightest bit of definition. And when I'm having a lazy day, I'm not trying to like get a bunch of depth or anything. I just throw that in there and let it be. Then I go in with some liner just to make my lashes look thicker. Just because I don't wear falsies on lazy days, because that takes me like an extra 10 minutes to put on because I suck at putting on lashes. So that's that. My eyes are watering because I wasn't careful. Now I'm going to bronze up, which is really what's going to help this color difference blend in together a lot better. So I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild contouring palette in the color Dolce de Leche. I love this stuff. Taking the bronzer shade and bronzing up. I bronze a lot, especially when I'm using a color that doesn't exactly match my skin tone, because the bronzer really helps blend everything back together. So if you see any like white or gray in my hair, it's because I sprayed in some dry shampoo and I haven't totally blended it out yet. So it's still just in there. Now I'm going to dust away all of the baking powder that I have all over my face. Next I'm going to go in with some blush, and I have my Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in the color Mellow Wine. Is that what it's called? Yes, it's called Mellow Wine, I remembered. Oh my gosh, look at my memory, so good. And next I'm going to highlight using my Profusion Studio Highlight Palette. I got this from TJ Maxx and I completely forgot about it until yesterday when I was going through my makeup. And I was like, holy shit, what is this? I'm just going to go in with this color right down here. This little champagne shade. Okay, as I'm highlighting, I noticed that in person, this makeup color looks normal with my skin. But on camera, it doesn't. I don't know why, and it's really frustrating because now I seem like an asshole. But you know what, whatever. You want to go with foundation that's too light for you, go for it. When I am having a lazy makeup day, I usually try to be as glowy as possible because it makes me look like I put in a whole lot of effort. So I'm just making myself glow. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. My fiance hates this thing. Commonly, he'll be sitting in the room with me while I do my makeup, and he just gets so freaked out whenever I curl my lashes. I completely forgot, but I'm going to take a little bit of that same highlighter and just pop it into the inner corner. So now that I'm done with all of that, I'm going to go move on to my lips. And they say that, you know, if you're looking a little tired, which I kind of am right now, you should go with a bright lip color. But I'm just not one for bright lip colors. I don't know what it is. It does not work for me. So instead, I'm going to use this ColourPop Lippy 2 Go. And this comes with a lippy stick and a lip liner. And this is with the two colors LBB in both the lip liner and the lippy stick. Okay, I finished filling in my lips and I realized that my camera wasn't even filming, but I only used the lip liner so far. So now I'm going to go on to the lippy stick. I love this color. This is like a bright color for me, you guys. Alright. And that is my completed lazy look. Mostly because I skimped out on a lot of my eye makeup. I didn't do very much to my eyes. There's literally one color on there with a pop of highlighter in the center. For me, this is my lazy makeup because usually I would go all out with my eyes and put on some falsies, cake face, everything. But today I did not. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped a bit. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Maybe you just wanted to sit there and hear me talk, which is cool too. I love you for that. If you enjoyed it, let me know down below. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see me do. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, I would love to have you guys as part of my tiny little growing YouTube family. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye!